Welcome to webinar clip 4, Early Years and Key Stage 1 Tips to Support Spelling and Fine Motor Skills for Writing. So, in order to spell, children need to be able to speak and hear accurately. Parents and teachers should sensitively correct poor articulation and mispronunciations. For example, the f sound in fish and the th sound for think. Those sounds can easily be confused, such as saying free instead of the number 3. Think about what your lips and mouth do for each sound and model it for your child. It is not uncommon for children who have had ear infections to have missed the teaching of some of these letter sound patterns. Joined handwriting helps spelling accuracy for some children. The continuous flow of cursive writing can improve writing speed and spelling by developing some automaticity, and it can help with easily confused letters such as the B and the D and the P and the Q, as well as the difference between upper and lowercase letters. However, do be aware that if the child finds that fine motor control of the pencil doesn't come easily for a number of different reasons, then they may be better off printing because joining the letters increases the cognitive load. Progress in spelling usually lags behind progress in reading and can feel less rewarding, but it is important to work on both skills together because they, of course, do help each other. We need to make sure children know some fundamental rules for spelling. Firstly, that vowels are the letters A, E, I, O and U, and that every word needs a vowel. The letter Y is there because it's a special letter, as it can be used as a consonant, such as in the word yes, or it acts as a vowel when words end in an I sound, as in the word sky. Another rule that's useful to know is about syllables. So every syllable or beat in a word has a vowel sound. So for words of 2 syllables or more, you can get your child to clap the sounds so that they can chunk their spelling into smaller parts, such as magnet. And you can highlight or go over the vowels in another colour, such as red as shown. It's also helpful to group spellings together with the same pattern. This links back to the importance of onset and rhyme and reading nursery rhymes to link words in patterns or families. You can make use of colour, so perhaps by highlighting the tricky part of a word, such as the IE in the word friend. You could use mnemonics for high frequency irregular spellings. For example, in the word because, you can make up a sentence using each of the letters in order, such as here, big elephants can always understand small elephants. This is one the children particularly like. But don't overuse mnemonics as they can become confusing. However, for especially tricky spellings, they can be really helpful. And they work because our brain can remember a sentence with meaning attached to it more easily than an arbitrary set of letters. You can also build words with magnetic letters, as shown in the reading webinar, which are useful for both the reading and the spelling practice. It can also be useful to make spelling practice as fun and multisensory and creative as possible. Here's a picture of my son several years ago where we filled a baking tray, in this case with sugar, which was a very popular choice. It could be sand, it could be shaving foam, it could be flour. You can have fun with this, and then you have your child write their phonics or their spellings in it. Anything that builds those neural pathways for long-term memory of spellings and patterns in words is really helpful. So how can we support writing and fine motor skills for young children? Well, if holding a pen is tricky, fine motor skills activities can help to improve dexterity, and you can use common things that you have at home that require fine motor skills, such as, so you could try threading beads onto pipe cleaners. You could make a pasta necklace by threading string through penne pasta that has a hole through the middle. You could try weaving wool around cardboard and make patterns with that, or make pom-poms, even using bubble wrap or popping bubble wrap, should I say. All of these activities can help with fine motor skills. Some children may need to use a pencil grip to help them hold their fingers in the correct position. By the age of 6 or 7 years old, we're aiming for them to be able to use the dynamic tripod grasp. Not essential, but it can be useful. Ideally, the pencil is held in a stable position between the thumb index and middle finger, and the ring and little fingers are bent and rest comfortably on the table. The index finger and thumb form an open space. Movement comes from the fingertips. This is the ideal grasp to move the pencil efficiently, accurately, and for letter formation practice. There are pros and cons of using pencil grips, and their use needs to be closely monitored to ensure the child is holding it correctly. Our Year 1 and 2 pupils tend to like the grotto grip and crossguard pencil grip, similar to the one shown on the slide, but each child is different and they may need to try a few different ones. More information on pencil grasp development and pencil grips can be found on any good occupational or OT website. In summary, when supporting your child's writing at this stage, as with spellings, be as multisensory as you can and let your child experiment with the feel of letters. As well as writing letters and words in a tray, using a variety of materials such as sand, rice, shaving foam or flour, you could try making letter shapes with Play-Doh, or using magnetic letters to build words. These ones from the Dyslexia Shop website are particularly good as vowels are in a different colour, as are the digraphs when two letters make one sound. You may also wish to try a mini dry wipe whiteboard and marker pens so children can easily experiment and rub out their mistakes.